Hi everyone, welcome to Inside IDB. My name is Stacy Cervenka and I'm the director of the Iowa Department for the Blind. And I am here today with a member of our maintenance team, Dave Berry. Dave, can you tell us a little bit about what you do?
I take care of all the mechanicals and building repairs in the building, automation system, heating and cooling, just anything that needs repaired in the building.
Excellent. And I should point out that you yourself are blind, is that correct?
Yes.
So can you tell us, how did you get into carpentry? I know that you haven't always been blind, so how did you get into carpentry in the first place?
Yeah, I was in the Boy Scouts Explorer group, carpenters, for a while when I was in high school, and got into that and decided to join into the Carpenters Union at that time after I graduated high school.
So as you began losing more sight, did you think that you'd still be able to do the types of jobs that you do now?
Yes, we worked. I worked with some good guys. The first job I was on, realized we had problems. We were laying out a building, and you have to be a far distance from another person and be able to see what directions they're pointing. Mm-hmm. And I couldn't tell, so we worked through that and came up with using walkie-talkies to communicate back and forth.
Nice.
The time.
Nice. So you knew from the beginning that you wanted to stay in this type of field. You just needed to find different ways of doing things?
Yes.
Excellent. So tell us about your time here at IDB. I know you started as a client. Is that correct?
Yes. I decided it was time to get out of the Carpenters Union. Just working out in the field was a little difficult and dangerous at times with bunch of different equipment running around.
So can you tell me about some of the duties and projects that are part of your job here today?
Changing light bulbs, changing ballasts, changing air filters and air handlers, working with boilers and chillers, heating and cooling for the building. Building automation system. I've done several different kind of special projects in the building. We've got our own recording studio for the library. We actually built that in-house. Maintenance staff did that. Built walls throughout the building. And
I love that you guys built our recording studio, that was built in-house.
Oh. And been in charge of the big construction projects, really involved with the construction side of things when contractors come in, work with them.
Can you show us some of the tools that you use on a day-to-day basis around the building?
Yes. One is our torpedo level. We got audible levels. A bulletin board here.
Oh, did you hang that?
Yeah. And different beeps tell you when it's level or one way or another. There's a steady beep. It'll tell you when it's level. This being a torpedo level, it's pretty sensitive. I don't know if I get it quite right. They have other sizes. They have 2 foot and 4 foot length levels that are a little less sensitive than this one.
Okay.
But you can kind of hear the beep there. Then some of the other things that I use for like electrical, I've got a pin. It looks like a pin here. Look at it. It's a voltage tester.
Oh, no. Am I going to electrocute myself?
No.
Okay.
No.
I can't hurt myself with this thing?
No. But the end of it's kind of a plastic, kind of a point to it there.
Okay. And what does this do?
This test, you can hold this, turn it on, and hold it up to just an extension cord. And depending on the thickness of the extension cord, it'll beep.
Got it.
Flash if there's power going through that cord.
Got it.
Or I can go over this outlet here and actually stick it in the outlet. Only the one side of the outlet is hot. No, you're good. So it beeps, and that's telling me there's power there. But there's only power in the outlet. There's only one side that's live. So
got it.
But that's one tool I use quite a bit on working on lights to make sure before I disconnect a ballast, to make sure there's no power there, even though the breaker's shut off. Or the light switch is shut off, make sure there's no power there. I always double check myself.
Yeah, that seems like it would be important.
Also, another thing we use are talking multimeters.
Okay. And what is a multimeter? What is
multimeter? It's got 2 prongs here.
Okay.
and you touch those to
You're not going to electrocute
different.
me.
No, this ain't gonna electrocute you. Those you can plug into touch like a fuse. You can put one on each side of the fuse, and it'll tell you if that fuse is good. Depending on what's saying. There's like 30 settings to this multimeter.
And so that one talks.
Yes.
Okay.
And I'll show you a couple different things here. So I'm gonna test this battery. I got a 9-volt battery here. See what the voltage
With the talking
is.
multimeter?
Yep. 9.86 volt. So 9 volts. If I switch it around, it's telling me which is the negative and which is the positive. If I switch it around, it's going to tell me negative.
So can you tell me about some more of the technology that you use every day on the job?
Yeah, one thing I've just purchased is the Meta AI glasses.
Oh, okay.
Which they can do different things like Siri would on an Apple phone.
Oh, can we see it?
You can ask it different things. They look like regular glasses, but they're not prescription or anything. They've got a camera to them, so you can take pictures or videos.
And then it has AI software that can tell you like what color things are. Can you explain some of the things that you use the Meta glasses for?
Yes. The one thing I've found that they're handy for me, I have different apps on my phone that I've used over the years for reading documents and color identifiers. But these can actually focus in on certain items like wires, electrical wires. Yeah, I can ask it to focus in what color is this wire, and it'll tell me what color the wire is. I read documents with it for like electrical panels. I can look at a sheet from on an electrical panel and it'll tell me what's on that breaker. And I can ask it, like if I'm looking for a certain room number, I can go up to a breaker panel. If I think this is the breaker panel, I can ask it, say, is room 410 on this? And it usually says yes or no. And then I can ask it what breaker that is. And I can ask it what else is on that breaker.
Okay. So I'm holding a list of breaker panels, and I'm going to ask Dave to demonstrate his Meta glasses. So Dave, why don't you ask Meta a question?
I'm going to ask it what breaker panel this is from, and then I'll ask it about a certain breaker or room.
Sounds good.
Hey Meta, look. What breaker panel is this from?
This appears to be a circuit breaker panel labeled as Circuit Breaker Panel 6-1, located in the 6th lobby.
6/1 lobby. So that's our 6th floor lobby breaker panel.
Nice.
Hey Meta, look. What is on breaker number 7?
On breaker number 7, it appears to be outlets in the kitchen, specifically 4 outlets on the south end.
Oh, interesting.
Breakers in the kitchen or outlets in the kitchen.
Wow. That's pretty impressive.
Yep.
So, Dave, what would you tell someone who has either recently become blind or low vision, or really anyone who has vision loss, who is interested in getting into more of a trade type career?
There's plenty of options around there. You just need to try different things. There's different ways to do 100 different things. You got to have the willpower and confidence. Just the ambitions to get out there and try different things.
Of course, anybody who's interested in pursuing a career in the trades or a career of any kind can become a client here at IDB, and we will match them up with a rehabilitation counselor who will help them to figure out what tools and what training they need in order to reach their employment goal.